brasstax presentation. Discretion advised.
What's going on, people? It's your boy, brasstax, baby. You already know. What's going on. Listen, are you guys taking care of yourselves? That's what I care about. Are you taking care of yourselves? Because we've got in the UK, it's a lockdown, but it's not an official lockdown. Our Prime Minister is saying, listen, don't go out. Okay, don't go out unless you have to go out, okay? But I don't think people are listening. There's been people in the beaches gallivanting. There's people up to no good. I'm not happy about it because those people. See, I'm living by the rules. I'm staying in, chilling, playing video games, masturbating. What guys do, right? I'm having the time of my life. I ain't gonna lie to you. Was worried last week because I thought my girl had the corona. Guess what? She didn't have the corona. But you know what this means now? This means she wants to spend every day with your boy. I can't be spending every day with someone. I need my own time. I need to play my video games. I need to play Doom Eternal. I need to watch my own movies. I need to do my own thing. Don't tell her. Shit, she might be listening to this, baby. I'm just jokes. 3 types of people here. We got people who are overly paranoid about this and are going outside buying crazy amounts of toilet paper. Listen. For those of you who have done this and are listening to me right now, I have one question. The asshole is only so big. How much toilet paper do you need in this bitch? That's what I need to know. You know, just stick a hose in that bitch. Give yourself self-colonics whilst you're at home. That'd probably be the best way. You can't be dry wiping your ass. That's just nasty. Try and stick to these rules. I mean, shit, we thought it just killed old folk and weak folk, but guess what? It's killing healthy people now as well. This shit's scary. I'm staying at home, closing all the windows and just watching movies. But side point, Disney Plus launched yesterday. Signed up. I'm tired of the UK getting bent over the release. No Rise of the Skywalker. Damn, you think it's a streaming service, you think we'd get shit on time. Even Bloodshot was out on the 24th. We get it on the 27th. Granted, that's not Disney, but we got Mandalorian 2 episodes. I done seen all of Mandalorian already. Don't ask me how, shit. But listen. Shit ridiculous. Just give us everything that the US has got. Is that so much to ask? We pay more for stuff over here. We get shafted from everything from iPhones to condoms. Everything's more expensive. I know I'm going off on a tangent, but listen, this is my only time to talk to you guys, so I'm going to take full advantage. So I have noticed since this virus, my internet's been a little slower. Well, actually, noticeably slower. Shit getting cut out and YouTube buffering. The last time I saw my YouTube buffer was in 2004 in this bitch. Yeah, so I'm just like, what's going on here? So I looked online and, they've asked Netflix and they've asked all the streaming services and even the ISPs to lower the bandwidth because obviously everyone's at home and, they need the extra bandwidth so everyone can use it well, because a lot of people working from home, which I totally understand. Here's the thing. I'm supposed to be getting 200 meg download speeds, did an internet test, guess what? Getting more like 65. So I call up BT, British Telecom, one of the big ones in the UK, and I speak to some guy. Hello, my name's Randy, can I help? Yes, you can. Randy, yeah right, that's his name. My internet's slow. Oh my God! How can this happen? I said, I'll tell you how it happened. You've lowered the bandwidth on your internet because of everything that's going on here, which I totally understand. He's like, yes, that's absolutely correct. It's like he was testing me to see if I knew. I said, so I did an internet speed test. And he's like, oh, let me do one from my BT speed test. I said, no. Do it from a normal speed test. Get it? Lo and behold, it's like 62 megabytes a second download speeds. He's like, well, you know, with this going on, we've had to do that. I said, you know, I totally understand. I get it. Everyone needs their internet. I understand. It's like, you know, I'm getting a third of what I pay for, so I expect to pay a third of what I pay for in the bills, right? He was like, listen, you just talk to who you need to talk to. I don't understand why I'm paying more for a service which I'm getting less for. He sounded totally perplexed at this suggestion. After putting me on hold for a little while, he's like, yes, you know what, spoke to the manager, we're going to make right with all of this. I said, yeah, I've heard that from everyone. That's fine, but I don't expect to be charged the full amount because I'm not getting what I'm paying for. So anyway, they're going to look into it. I said that to say this. If you are noticing drop-offs in your internet, make sure you check. Do an internet speed test and contact your ISPs and tell them, listen, I ain't paying for this shit. Don't overpay for anything is what I'm saying. Be careful, people. They are gimping a lot of stuff. So you make sure you contact your ISPs and figure out what's going on. Do an internet test. Do an internet test. Do an internet speed test. Figure out what's going on. So anyway, Rise of the Skywalker. Listen, I'm going to be honest with you. I saw the trailers of this and I said to myself, this movie's going to be trash. Went to the theater with low expectations. I've never seen one movie do so much damage control in my life. John Boyega, I don't even know why he's in this movie. Shit's ridiculous. I wasn't impressed, I ain't gonna lie to you. Didn't like the movie. I liked it a lot better than Jedi, but that's not saying much. Jedi was the worst of the bunch. Another thing is, the 4K of Jedi was absolute garbage. Not even garbage, but garbage, okay? How does this stack up? Now, I wish that I could compare this to the digital version, but guess what? Disney Plus, we don't have the digital version of Skywalker here in the UK. You know why? Because it's the UK. We're getting shafted again. What can you do? But I did see Shane's review on it, and he said the digital was very good. He thought maybe it looked like a physical, it was that good. So let's see. Shot on 35mm. You're gonna have some grain in this, but it's not overpowering. It's got a nice filmic touch to it. Native 4K DI. So people rejoice. We're getting a lot more native 4K content now, which is always a good thing. You got HDR10, no Dolby Vision. They're saving that for Disney Plus. Like I said, I wouldn't know. I'm just watching Disney Plus with my dick in my hand. I didn't even know what to do. Well, wait, that didn't sound right, did it? Disney's really for kids. Yeah, I might have to edit this one out. You got the black bars, you got the Dolby Atmos. It's 142 minutes. And still it was rushed. I don't even know what to say. 142 minutes and it's a 66 gig disc. That's the first problem right here. Should have been a 100 gig disc. 66 gigs is not enough for a movie of that length. And it's out March 31st. So as I said, Jedi was garbage. How does this stack up? Is this any better? It's a lot better, actually. It's a really good looking disc. Really good looking disc. I was pleasantly surprised. I saw this in the theater and I said, you know what, this is going to look good in 4K, but I felt the same way about Jedi. I said, Jedi, it looks good in the theater. And I was disappointed by that. But no, this is a very, very good looking disc. Sharp, detailed, close-ups. You see more detailed on Rey's confused face. Let's be honest, she always looks confused. Every scene she looks confused in this bitch. Her confused face looks detailed as hell. You can see pupils in some parts, individual hair strands. The lightsabers look fantastic. The part where you got Chewie Boyega just running through, shooting the shit out of all these stormtroopers through the corridor looks fantastic, reflective, lots of detail here that you're going to appreciate. This has got a very, very noticeable 4K upgrade compared to the 1080p. Chewie looks like he's extra furry in this. There's more depth to the fur. Now, I wasn't looking at Chewie that much, I ain't gonna lie to you. From what I saw, the fur was looking sexy, I don't know what to say. Kylo Ren looks extra screwed up in the head. The armor he's got on, the clothing he's got on looks extra detailed. You're just not gonna see this on the 1080p. The rim around his mask looked extra shiny, extra specular's hair. And he's just generally as fucked up here as he's ever been. And you feel it more in 4K, which leads me to further confirm that with all this angst and all this bullshit he has, that he is in fact a virgin with a cool lightsaber. The Emperor. Looked like a damn visual mistake is what he looked like. He looked terrible. I don't know what to say. It looked pretty bad. It was more detailed, but you just saw more detailed bullshit. Yeah, because it's 4K, it just looked like he had a mask on or something. Looked like the VFX team went straight over to the dark side and never came back. I will say that although this is pretty sharp, there are some scenes they've got like a, I don't know what you call it, but you know, they were sinking in this kind of quicksand kind of situation. Looked a little soft there. I think when the visual effects are heavy, it can look a little soft, but even at its softest, even when it's at its softest, even when it's not fully hard, I mean fully 4K-ish, it still looks much better than the 1080p. Princess Leia, you know, looked suspect, but you know, it's a visual effect. 4K unfortunately brings these things out. What can you do? Lots of good detail here, 100%. Black levels are pretty good too. In Jedi, it was a little grayish over here. Looks great, dark and inky. There is a great sense of depth in outdoor shots when there's a lot going on. There is a great sense of scope. You want to know what the HDR is like? The original cast, you got Han Solo, Luke Skywalker, all of the original cast come back and they kill everyone from the new cast. That's what the HDR is like. HDR is spectacular. Now, finally, the lightsabers are blinding in parts. You got Kylo Ren's lightsaber, and I never noticed this before, right? But it's kind of flamey. Up close, it's flamey. I didn't notice that before. I want a lightsaber like that. The Emperor. His lightning is blinding. Shane was right in his review. Blinding, electricity, all of the explosions, everything you would expect to be super bright is super bright, blinding at times. The darkness is super dark also, but you don't lose out. There's no crush. You don't really lose out in any detail. It's just more pronounced. The wider color gamut is really on display. Even with Kylo Ren, you're seeing certain other stitching in his suit that you wouldn't have picked up on the 1080p. Stitching in clothing, everything. Colors bring things out. The colors bring out more nuances. The colors bring out more detail. Chewie's got different shades. You know, I mentioned Chewie before and his fur. Definitely different shades there. The fight with Kylo and Rey on the ocean, goddamn, looks spectacular. More detail in the sea and the ocean. You're just noticing so much more wider color here. It really is a HDR extravaganza. C3PO looking extra gold, extra shiny, extra reflective. Speculars are great. HDR is an absolute win. Just as good as the 4K detail. Hand in hand makes for a great looking disc. But you tell your girl something else. If your girl is stuck there with you in quarantine, you tell her to get her quarantine ass and sit on the woofer and see what happens. What's going to happen is she's going to appreciate the surround sound, because that's what this movie has in spades. The surround sound, a great larger sound stage, more so than the 1080p track. More detailed, there's more things going on around you, dialogue is clear, and when the action kicks off there is bass. Now you're gonna have to turn it up a little bit to get the full effect, because it is Dolby Atmos. We already know. But nonetheless, it is very detailed, very crispy, very tasty. She's gonna appreciate it, but it's not really gonna get her going, except one scene specifically. And that is Kylo Ren and Rey fighting on the ocean. Oh my god, that bass is room shattering. That bass is gonna kill her. There are other standouts in this movie, but that scene alone is reference quality Atmos there. You hear shit going on all around you, because for the most part there isn't that much more overhead, and I have to agree with Shane on this. I was expecting more of a punch throughout the audio. When it had to fire on all cylinders, it did. I give the movie a 5, I give the visuals an 8.7, I give the audio an 8. If you did like the movie, definitely worth the pick up on 4K. The only way to watch this bad boy. It looks great. I'm gonna leave some Amazon links if you want to go through there and pick things up, or you want to pick up the box set or whatnot. You can go through there. It costs you nothing, but Amazon send a little kickback your boy's way. And enjoy. Take care of yourselves, people. 4K Rockstar. You already know.